Umschalten. Talk live. There we go. Hello, my friends. Wow, my color is off. Okay, I have to correct that real quick. 1 second. My color is not correct. There we go. Nice. There he is. Boom. How are you doing, my friends? I hope you're having a good weekend. Nice Sunday. Hi, Eric. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi, OP12. How you doing? Hi, Pa. How you doing? Nice to see you. Ashish. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi, Randy. Hi, Antonio. How you doing? My brother is also called Antonio, by the way. And Randy again. Let's read some of these messages here. 1 second. Let me pop this up here so you can actually see that. So, hi, Eric from Vienna. Nice to see you. They don't want anymore. Oh, okay. Someone asked for a free 4090. There we go. Make sure you comb your eyes up to date. And then add a new node by searching for FreeU. FreeU? What is that? Comb your eye FreeU. That sounds interesting. Okay. I think I made one video where it automatically installs for you the missing nodes. It's kind of a node messenger. Interesting. That looks interesting. We can look into that. 1 second. There's, of course, an advertisement as always. Okay, 1 second. Okay, what else do we have? I still haven't tried ComfyUI. You should try ComfyUI. It's really good. It's very nice. Yeah, it is like the nodes in a lot of software, like Blender, DaVinci Resolve, other software, like Unreal. They all use nodes because it's just very, very useful to use nodes, right? So that makes a lot of sense to play with that. It's confusing a little bit. That's true, Randy. I find it confusing as well. But it's kind of like it's easy enough. Wow, my glasses are too high. It's easy enough to understand it because as soon as you figure out what the nodes do, you just connect them afterwards, and then you can experiment with different kinds of alignments of these kind of nodes, and you can build your own machine, AI machine with that. And also you can save a lot of resources because you only use what you need at that moment, right? Hi, Garth. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi, Philip. Thanks for joining. Hi, Paul. Hi, Maggie Mister. Hi, nice to see you. Hi, DJ Dark. Lots of people here today. Hi, Boris. How you doing? Randy again. Do you know that you can now use ComfyUI in Automatic 1111? Can you? But what is the purpose of that? Why would you want to do that? To use it inside of Automatic 1111. Hi, Katamaran. Nice name. How you doing? Adds details. Oh, interesting. Nice shirt. Thank you very much. My beloved flower shirt. There we go. Workflow in Tools and Civity eingestellt. Ah, okay, cool. I will make a video soon about a very nice, very, very extensive workflow by one of my, like, how can I say, followers, someone from my community. So, but I want to, before that, I want to dive a little bit deeper into that and also talk to the creator of that workflow. It's for ComfyUI, and it kind of replicates what Automatic 1111 looks like, right? To make it a little bit more useful, maybe. So you don't have to build everything from scratch. 1 second, I try to align the images here. Let me see, there we go. Okay, perfect, good. This site information here, that's just for me. So now we have advertisement, didn't really help anything. So this is a video about FreeU by Scott Detweiler. There we go, 19 hours ago. Okay, cool. So good old Scotty has already made a video about that. So we can check that out because I don't know what FreeUI is. And today is about news. So you can, I turned the sound off so we don't hear his voice, but we can watch the video. Of course, without the sound, it's kind of difficult to figure out what's going on. So he's building a node, and you say it adds more detail. The K sampler. Wait, we can turn off the on the subtitles. Just for like the reasons of copyright, right? Put a note on the post area. The patrons. Wow, he has a screen for that. Nice. That's a nice touch. Okay, cool. We can maybe also, maybe that's a better idea. Do they have like, there should be like a GitHub page or something like that. Methods behind the note here. Have a look like that, because the video is a little bit, without sound, it doesn't like it's a little bit hard to see what's going on without the sound. So maybe a website helps a little bit more. Aha, so what do we have here? Free lunch in diffusion UNet. So we have SD, and then we have, is it kind of correcting the image? SD plus free U. So without it, it's like bad from the details, although this is like the worst car I've ever seen from an AI image, to be honest. And then the other one looks good, but it looks better, but not good. So I'm kind of surprised by that a little bit. What else do we have here? We have the face. Oh, wow. Okay. It even, it may even makes it more saturated. That's nice. So that seems to add a lot of detail to the image. It also changes it a little bit, but it's interesting how like it changes the complete style also, but also makes it look a lot more like an actual photo. So that's pretty surprising. Wow, the teeth, look at that. And then we get actual teeth in the right place and the face expression, which is both difficult for stable diffusion. So that's actually pretty interesting. I will look into that and also make a video about that, because that looks pretty cool. There we go. There we have a horsey horse. That already looks good, but that looks better. Look at that. Pretty cool. Nice stuff. Good stuff. Thank you very much to tell me about that. There we go. Okay, cool. By the way, let me go to the big screen real quick. Let me open up Discord here. 1 second. Let me find that real quick. And for some reason it's not in stream. Oh, because I'm streaming on the second computer. Sorry, I always forget about that. Give me 1 moment to, where's the stream mode? There we go. Okay, turn it on. Okay. So now, let's see. I have my Discord here. Yes. Okay, now you can see that. 1 second. There we go. So this is my Discord server. You can join that. I have now also an advanced AI room where if you are more advanced with AI, you can talk there with other members about more complex stuff. So that's like what we did after the last stage event. And then I'm doing stage events also. The next one is going to be next Wednesday, 8 p.m. CEST, so Vienna time, European time. And what we do there is like I'm live. And I invite people onto the virtual stage, so to speak, and you can share your screen and show what you're working on or things you find interesting that happen in AI. So basically what we do right now here, I actually thought about doing the stage event here in the live stream and just capturing the screen. But the problem was like one of the users said, but what about if people show you things that are like nudie stuff or stuff like that can always pop up in the folder? That would be a problem on YouTube. So I decided to do it like this. Maybe we do a form where you can share links. That might be a good idea. But let's see how far we come with this, right? So already we have we have this thing here for ComfUI. There is also a video here. Is it? Oh, I have to turn off the sound. Always kind of like a little bit worried about the any kind of copyright stuff that might end the stream automatically. Low frequency, high frequency. So is this doing like a frequency separation and then re-rendering it with that or something? Let's see. There's the skip connection. Oh no, when I pause it, can I pause it? There we go. So we have the noise, skip connections. I don't know what that means. Skip features, backbone features. Well, how does diffusion unit perform denoising? Oh, it does denoising. Interesting. And apparently denoising gives you better results in the image. Let me check out the chat. Do you assign your own shirts? No, I don't. I wish. All of them are bought in Bangkok in my last stay when I was there. They are super cheap, like $3, $3, $5 for a shirt. Pretty cool. Here you buy that in Vienna. I pay at least, I guess, $40 for a shirt. It's pretty expensive, and it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, just with another label in the back. Additional workflow automatic with that. You can use the workflow and add additional workflow to automatic with that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's true. Because with the interesting thing, let me go to the big screen real quick. The interesting thing about ComfUI is that you can write your own nodes, and some people actually give you like better tools to for example, you can have ChatGPT help you write notes for ComfUI, so that if you want to have something special or some kind of functionality, you can actually do it yourself, build it as a node, and then use it as you want. And because of that, ComfUI is often faster than other UIs with adapting to new technologies, because the whole community can create these kind of nodes for it, and doesn't have to be accepted as an extension or all these kind of things to get into Automatic 11.11. You can just like use your own nodes. You can build it, you can use it right away, and because of that, it can be faster adapted to all these kind of technologies. So actually having it inside of Automatic 11.11 might have be useful, because you can do these kind of things that, for example, only ComfUI can do, right? Which there's a lot of them that only ComfUI can do, and other UIs haven't even attempted to try to do that. So that's pretty interesting. Let's go back to the screen sharing. Okay, cool. What else did the chat say? Got a new haircut. Yeah, I cut my hair a little bit. There we go. And my beard also. Look at it. It's shorter now again. It became pretty long, so yeah. Have you tried Stable Swarm? I have made a video about Stable Swarm, but I haven't tried it since. I haven't used it since. Well, I mean, for me, actually I have multiple computers. I could try it over a network with multiple computers. I could try that out. I don't have a computer with multiple graphics cards. Even my main computer has no graphics card inside of the CPU, because for some reason I decided it's a good idea to buy a CPU without graphic ability. So I don't know why I did that. It was a stupid idea, but now I only have my GPU, which is a pretty good GPU, but yeah, that's the only thing I have right now. Anyways, AnimateDiff. I think FreeUI will be huge for AnimateDiff. Interesting. Okay, cool. You can also check that out. There's a lot of stuff going on. By the way, yesterday I told you about a thing. This thing here. With the Gaussian splatting. And then someone told me in the comments Gaussian splatting is not a point cloud. I misunderstood that, because I looked at these kind of images they show here, and not in this video, in another video. I think in this video. Yeah, and that one. Can I make it bigger? It's my screen is bigger, so you only see the side of that. 1 second. But I thought this is a point cloud, this stuff here. It's not a point cloud, so I misunderstood that. Splatting is a different technology. I don't know. Apparently it's better than the point cloud. I'm not sure about the actual technical details about that. I mean, it's not really necessary that we know how it works, right? Like for most stuff we use, we don't really know how it works. It just works, right? You have your phone and you use it. Who cares about how the signal goes from one phone to the next? As soon as you know you can use it and how you can use it for your benefit, that's basically the main important thing. But just as an information, this is not a point cloud. It's Gaussian splatting. It has more splats. So yeah, it's a different thing. Anyways, AnimateDiff. Let's check this out. AnimateDiff. Okay, this seems to be something different. AnimateDiff. Ah, look at that. It's beautiful. It might be that I made a video about that, but I don't think so. But the animations look very nice and very consistent. So that is pretty cool. Look at that. That is surprisingly nice. Wow. Okay. Is this an extension or a standalone thing? AnimateDiff. You don't have... no, I do have a GPU. That's what I'm saying. I don't have an internal, like, onboard on the CPU, because you usually have, like, an Intel graphics thing inside of your CPU, and then you have a separate GPU. And the internal thing you only basically use when you turn on your computer without the graphics card, right? Although my computer does make an image even without the GPU, so I have no idea. I thought I bought it without the GPU, like graphics ability, but anyways, you never use it anyway, so it doesn't have any difference for it, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, this looks pretty cool. I need to check that out too. Let me I need to make some notes here. Again, 1 second. Let me go to the second screen. So already we got some pretty cool stuff. AnimateDiff. And then also we got here the FreeUI thing. Let me also copy over the video from Scott Detweiler. I'm gonna check that out too. I thought he stopped making videos. Let me check this. I thought he kind of like didn't do it anymore. When was the last one? Oh, 19 hours, 4 days, 8 days, 2 weeks. So he's busy. Did he take a break and then come back or something? I thought he didn't do it anymore. Oh yeah, he took a break 10 months ago, and then 3 months ago he started. So he took like a, how much is that? Like a 7-month break basically. And then he made 2 videos in that month, and then he started to be more regular again. Interesting. That's nice to see. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Right. Very nice. Yeah, he's one of the early... He started at around the same time that I started the AI topic to pick that up. And he also has an artistic background, as you can see up here. He's more of a photographer. So he makes very, very nice images also with an artistic background. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, cool. He works for Stability AI and then came back to make videos. He works for Stability AI? I didn't know that. Interesting. Wow. Unlike photogrammetry, that's why it looks like real when you move through the space, unlike photogrammetry. But isn't with the point cloud, I thought, is the same idea that it looks very realistic, because the point cloud is more detailed than the classic way you would make 3D graphics. Wasn't that the point, the idea of a point cloud? And then the splatting is maintains reflections like nerves. I have to watch a video about what to get explained what splatting is. I wish they would update ChatGPT, because asking ChatGPT about things is such a great way to learn, because it's really fast. And you can, no, it's not a point cloud, it's splatting. Yeah, that's what someone yesterday in the comments also said. And so this AnimateDiff looks very nice, very consistent. I don't know if this is also an extension for Automatic 1111 or not. Or is it standalone? Wait, reset, there you go. Download. Oh, okay. Text to T2I, text to image, emotional module checkpoint. So there is some install stuff here, so you can run it locally apparently. Personalized. On Civet AI. Downloading above personalized checkpoints, run the following commands to generate animations. Ugh. So it doesn't have a UI? Steps for training. Oh, there's a Gradio demo also. So it does have a UI. Okay, cool. By default, the demo will run localhost 7860 for the port. Conda, activate AnimateDiff, Python. So you can run it locally with this kind of interface here. This looks very familiar. I'm pretty sure I've made a video about that. Right? Pretty sure I have that. 1 second. AnimateDiff. Because these demo things, they look very familiar. However, it wasn't as good for me. Yeah, AnimateDiff. I made a video about that a month ago. Right. I got some interesting videos from that. It was pretty like cumbersome to get that far, to get them there. And they have never been as good as these videos are. I don't know what they specifically do to get them as nice as here. I think this is rendered with a standalone. I think this is the difference. Maybe they have improved it since. So when I use this as an extension inside of Automatic 1111, and that would not give me really good results. However, when you use it standalone or when you use it on the Google Colab, it apparently gives you much better results, as you can see here. So these really look very nice, and also with different models, which also didn't work for me. Like you see here, realistic vision and such, you can get like really nice results. I didn't really get that. Where is the link to the GitHub? Oh, I posted it for my notes. I can also post it for you. 1 second. So this is the GitHub link. I hope that works. Is that a link now? No, it's not a link. That didn't work. Why? What is going on here? Why this is... Well, you can copy paste it, I guess. And this is the FreeUI link here. You can check that also out, which is some kind of refinement. Maybe they updated it. Yeah, it may be. I have to check that out if they updated and improved that. Using AnimateDiff right now, but the extension didn't work for me. I get no not found diffuser error, although it's installed. Yeah, it's oh, there was some kind of trick you have to do. I think you have to rename it or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I had to like experiment around with that. This is, by the way, this is the nice thing about doing these kind of AI news videos that I did yesterday, is I don't have to invest like hours in trying to figure out how it actually works. I just look at the news and talk about what's happening without needing to install and test everything myself, because that takes... Each of these would be several hours to figure everything out and prepare a video, even if it's just like a 10-minute video. So like making the news, you can like just couple up, combine the news from several days. I also tested this. So here I took more time to test this out and figure out if this works in Stable Diffusion or not. And the prompt is very different, but that also took some time to get some results. And the results are kind of good. But I guess they could be better. I'm kind of happy with the face results, not so much with the object results. So there is probably the ability to improve this further to get better results from that. Anyways, do we have some other like news things we want to look into? We can also try. 1 second. I showed you yesterday. Yeah, the Chenmo thing. So we can try that also. There's the video I did No, this is not the video I did yesterday. Oh, I did 2 videos. Look at that. Okay, cool. So this is the first one I did for my video. And then I thought it didn't render, so I entered it again. So I guess this rendered afterwards. But they are both very nice, I have to say. Pretty impressive. And these are like, both of them are first rolls. So let's click here, rate that. Very, very impressive. They have different ratios for some reason, though. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, wait, I want to try something else. Man sitting in the rain. Blade runner. City in the background. Let's see how that turns out. Let's try that. And one thing that's a little bit annoying here is it doesn't really show you if it's... Oh, now it says it's working. Up here, submitting. It doesn't really give you a progress or anything. So sometimes you don't even know if it has started yet or not. But apparently it has been submitted. There we go. Hear about that funny name? What? Have you tried Würstchen on Hugging Face? Würstchen. I heard about that. I didn't try it yet. Super fast text to image, is it? Interesting. Würstchen. Würstchen. There we go. Might be a German project because that's a German word. Efficient pre-training of text to image models is by Pablo Pern. Okay, there's some names here. Blah, blah, blah. Version 2. Version 2 interpolated. Interesting. Can you try it online or you have to install that? What is this? Oh, it's just another text. Is there like a demo, an online demo or something? So much code stuff. Overview, blah, blah, blah. Image is way more expensive in training. Usually works. Okay. It has a web demo, it has a space on Hugging Face. Yeah, but where's the demo? How do I try that? I don't see it. Installation from source. You're in the main version, which requires installation from source. If you like regular pip install, check out the check this out. I might be blind. How do I use the demo? Someone tell me. Main page of Hugging Face. Is this not the main page? Würstchen? I'm too stupid to find that. How do you open the demo? I don't get it. I sent a link. You sent a link where though? Where do you send the link? So there's a job description. What job description? Oh, lead Q&A, stability AI, master photographer. Oh, okay, wow. PPA educator. Well, they're doing a lot of stuff. Body painter. Oh, hello. 3D artist. He does a lot of stuff. Yeah, challenged. Yeah, me too. There. Go back to the main page. Go back to the main page. Illusion diffusion. AI comic factory. Würstchen. Ah, okay, cool. There we go. Sorry. Now I have it. Thank you very much for that. There we go. So we can also enter here. Let's try the same thing. Astronaut floating in space. Let's see if this works or if there's like a very long waiting list. Oh, it's just a queue of 2. That's pretty good. In the meantime, we can check out what Genmo is doing. It's still rendering. So it's pretty slow. That's the one downside of Genmo. Apparently a lot of people are using it. Let's reload it. I think when I reload it, it should still work, right? It shouldn't be... I hope it's not lost. A progress bar would be so useful here. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, it looks pretty cool, but is it still working? Oh, it's still working, yes. There we go. So it starts with a very low resolution and then upscales it step by step, I guess. Again, no progress bar. I have no idea if this is done yet or not. It might be. Is this finished? It looks good. Open this up. How big is it? Oh, it's pretty big. Look at that. Well, the details here in the front are not so great in this case. Interesting. Let's do another one. Racing car in the Alps. Let's see what this does. There's a long queue. Well, at the moment it's just 3. It is much faster than SDXL, but it's a bit worse. It looks a lot worse, to be honest. Like compared to SDXL. Like that is interesting, but it's not a good image, right? Comparatively to what you can get with SDXL. Let me wait. I go to the big screen real quick. We can open up Automatic 1111. Let me find that real quick. There we go. It's taking a bit to start. So in the meantime, we can check this out. Aha, there we go. A little animation, so that's pretty cool. There comes the race car. And whoops. So this is the low resolution. Oh, and this is the high resolution. And this is the other one. Pretty classic race cars. Old school. Well, what can I say? It's not exactly good. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Could be better. Race car in the Alps by Epic Realism is a 1.5 model. Let's go here with high-res fix. I want to have 1. Then we go here to 0.3. Let's see. Not that great. Advanced options. Did we miss something? Is there a sexy option? Randomized seat, width and height, number of images 2, priority guidance, priority inference steps, decoder guidance scale, decoder inference steps. So what would I set here to get a really nice quality from that? Oh, look at that. Holy moly. So that is with Epic Realism. That's quite a difference, I would say. Man, that looks good. The text, of course, isn't right. It says Stable Diffusion 1.5 model. But yeah, it's different. It has negative prompt. Oh, it has negative prompt? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, to be fair, let's put the same negative prompt as here. I don't think I use any negative embeddings. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think I do. All right, so let's put this in here. And then we try the race car again. Let's see what that gives. Epic Realism is pretty amazing. Yeah, it makes very, very nice faces. You should check out the video I made about that. Wait a second, when I find my videos. Epic. Nope. Epic. There we go. There we go. Check out that video. If you haven't tried Epic Realism yet, you should try this. You should check out that video. I made some tests also talking about the images. Very, very nice. Oh, there we go. So that looks better. It's still not good though. I'm not am I being too critical? It's just like, it's nice that it's faster though. If it's faster, it's nice that it's faster. And does it need a special like model, or can you use any model with that? So I could use Würstchen, but I use the Epic Realism model on that, because then that would be amazing. But I guess it's kind of using its own thing, right? It's using its own kind of process. So here they say, we introduce Würstchen, a novel technique for text-to-image render synthesis that unites competitive performance with unprecedented cost-effectiveness and ease of training on constrained hardware. Building a recent advance in machine learning, our approach will utilize latest diffusion strategies at strong latent image compression rates, significantly reduced computational burden, typically associated with state-of-the-art models, while preserving, if not enhancing, the quality of generated images. Interesting. One of the key advantages of our method lies in the modest training requirements of only 9,200 GPU hours, slashing the usual cost significantly without compromising the end performance. I mean, the images that they show here, they are really nice. Look at that. I mean, Wait a second. Now that they are big, I maybe reconsider. No, they are not great. They look great when they're small. They don't look great when they're big. There's no detail. This one is good, but again, not really detail in the like galaxy up here. This one is nice, but not correct. Detail could also be better. The snout looks like it's drawn by pen. So I wouldn't say this gives you the same quality. You might save on hardware though. I don't know. So it doesn't. But yeah, it's of course like everything starts slow, right? Everything starts small. So this is already a good is a good step. It looks bad. Okay, the overview. Gaussian is a diffusion model whose text conditional mode model works on a highly compressed latent space of images. Why is this important? Compressing data can reduce computational cost for both training and inference by magnitudes. Training a 1024 by 1024 image is way more expensive than training a 32 by 32 pixel image. Usually other works make use of the relative small compression in the range of 4 times or 8 times spatial compression. Gaussian takes this to an extreme. Through its novel design, we achieve a 32 times spatial compression. This was unseen before because common methods fail to faithfully reconstruct detailed images after 16 times spatial compression. Gaussian employs a two-stage compression, what we call stage A and stage B. Stage A is a VQGAN and stage B is diffusion autoencoder. More details can be found in the paper, and so on and so on. So they train the model on very, very small images, 32 by 32, and then afterwards it's, how do they call it? Compressed? No, it's first compressed, and then it's like upscaled from that to a nice size, I guess. Interesting. There's another model to try on Civet is Epic Photogasm. But isn't that the model that I'm using? What is mine called? Oh, it's called Natural Sin. Yes, you're right. This is a different one. Well, I think I didn't include that Photogasm because of the name of the model. It's kind of like a little bit strange name. So Epic, like Natural Sin already sounds a little bit naughty, so yeah. They train it on high res, but it gets compressed in between. Interesting. It's trained on thumbnails. Seeing the results. Interesting. Yeah, but it's a very interesting concept though. So let me copy that over to my notes, and then I also put it in the chat. 1 second. So this is the first one. This is the second one. Okay. So here you have the two links. If you want to check that out for yourself, you want to try out with that. Oh, did it become one link? Oh no. What happened? Oh no, it didn't copy at all. 1 second. Remove that. Oh, it didn't work. 1 moment, sorry. Huh? What? Why doesn't this work? It worked before and now it doesn't. There we go. Okay. So this is the UI that you can try. For some reason it doesn't have the HTTP at the start. And then this is the project page that you can also try if you want to. This one has the HTTP for some reason. For STSL, I like NightVision XL. Is that something? Does it have like naughty pics in it? Let's check. Let me check that real quick. Civet AI. There we go, NightVision. Why are there two links? Is this the same thing? Ah, one is without refiner. That's interesting. So here we have one that doesn't need a refiner. Oh, I didn't check the images. 1 second. Sorry, I have to go back first. Yeah, the images are okay. You can look at that. NightVision XL, photorealistic portrait photography, hyper-real architecture, interior design, no refiner needed. So that's interesting. It's an XXL model, and you don't need to send it through a refiner stage to get the nice quality afterwards. Wow, these are very nice details also. Very good quality. I don't think I can download it while I'm streaming, so I can't test it right now. Because it probably makes the stream lag. I'm not sure if I can like set here. I should be able to set a download limit, but I haven't set that yet. But yeah, it looks very good. Very, very nice. Very detailed images, right? Pretty impressive. And of course, on the right side, as always, you have your details down here where my head is to check out all the different like sampler and what's been used. Let me put myself over here. For example, this is using the DPM++ SDE Keras. CFG scale 3.5, which is also interesting. It's very low CFG scale. Yeah, so that's interesting. 50 steps in that case. What do we have here? Also 3.5. Very nice details. Look at the face. Beautiful. So SDXL really has its benefits if you have the graphics card to run it, right? It can really do some magical stuff. Look at the nice skin resolution here and the, how can I say, the skin details on that. Do you see that? It's very nice. Although in this case, again, the light is coming from a strong angle, which often creates these highly detailed skins, because that is where you have in normal photos also this kind of high contrast situation, while at the same time AI has a little bit of a problem on having this nice skin detail in an image where the skin is lit normally. You can see over here is always either the reflection or the skin is coming from a harsh angle. Very nice. Look at these details. Wow. Looks very good. This is also pretty nice though. Very nice. Okay, cool. Pretty good. A 4090, yeah, that's true. Yeah, with if you have a good GPU, absolutely. If you have a good GPU, you're really off well in the age of AI to use that. But on the other hand, of course, there's a lot of online services where you can also use this, use the online services for your benefit, right? Just render their rent their GPUs for some time. And then, yeah, I will do a video also about a service soon, just to give you like an example of what you can use, where you can use your own models and automatic 1111 and your own LoRa's and stuff like that for the rendering. So that might be nice. That's also good. It's a painting. Also very cool, very nice. I like that. Really good in the old school kind of style. Crystal clear also use. It's very nice and detailed. Yes, that's true. Yeah. How can I train body parts like hands and eyes separately? I have to train. I have no idea, to be honest. This is a question you could ask in my group here. I have a special room for training, for the LoRa and model training. You can ask in here about these different, like how would you train that, right? The arms. Someone said they trained the arms by removing everything, like blackening out everything but the arms. But then afterwards they said it didn't work as well as they expected. So I don't think that is the way. I think it's more about the keywords you use with that, right? You can, of course, also like have just photos of the arms, right? Just images that are cropped to the arms, so that the AI can like understand the details a little bit better that it's using. Right, let's have a look at the chat. What does the chat say? So this model is pretty cool. That might also be interesting for a video, especially because it doesn't use a refiner. It would be also interesting to test this without a refiner compared to a model that does use a refiner to see where the difference lies in that, right? So that might also be interesting. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, by the way, there's another thing from the news video. No, it wasn't from the news video. It was from another video. What was that about? I talked about, oh yeah, DALL-E 3 with the limitations, and one of the comments, I thought I might also make a short video about that. Like one of the comments, or maybe several of the comments, I don't know, was that someone said, well, it doesn't matter if they have these kind of limitations on what you can render or can't render because it's a private company and they like can just do that. And if you don't like that, you can just choose something else, right? And that is a flawed argument because of course, a private company can do what they want and allow the usage of the product as they envision it. But the problem is you might not always have the choice to choose a different product. That's the main thing that's problematic here, right? So it might be for several reasons. One reason might be, for example, you're in a work environment, your employer only allows you to use this kind of service, so you cannot get out of that. The other one might be in the region where you are, there might only be this service available, so you can't switch to another service. This is more interesting, like for example, for internet provider stuff like that, but it might also happen with AI. For example, you might only have access to the Windows tools or the Adobe tools of AI. You can't use any other tools of AI for some reason. Another reason that might be is because all of the companies decide at the same time they want to have the same kind of regulation. So no matter where you want to switch to, you cannot get out of these limitations. A good example for that would be your smartphone, because in every smartphone you buy today, from all of the main brands, the battery is glued in. So if you say, I want to have a phone without a glued in battery, you're just out of luck because they all decided to do that. And also they all decided to remove the headphone jack. So if you want to use a headphone jack, you're out of luck again unless you maybe buy an adapter. So it might be that there might be a choice of companies, but all of the companies decide to take the right away from you, even though legally from the government you have the right. And at that point, also the government has to force the companies to give you that freedom back. And this has happened and is happening right now, for example, with the new iPhone, where the European Union said, no, you can't use your specific connector because this is forcing your customers into buying new connectors every single time. You have to use the USB-C connector as every other company out there. But it's also happening in other cases where, for example, all of the companies decided at the same time to make their devices as hard to repair as possible, so that the government has to step in and say, no, the people have a right to repair their devices, and you have to give that back, the ability to repair the device. So there is a situation where a company does something and you cannot switch, right? So it's still, you have to still think about when a company takes away freedoms that you are legally allowed to have. Is that a just move or is it not a just move? Because even though it might be a problem for DALL-E or Midjourney or stuff like these companies to have these kind of images on their service, they don't have to have them on their service. They could say, okay, we charge an extra fee, let's say $10 a month. You can render them privately. They will be every time downloaded on the time of the render and then deleted from the server, so nobody's going to see these kind of images, right? So they're not like linked to that kind of content, right? So there's not really a reason to keep you from that. And another argument was they are like regulated by the banks, which is nonsense, because all of the adult sites, if you go to an adult site, you can pay with your MasterCard, you can pay with your credit card or your, I think, even PayPal account. Banks don't care about that kind of stuff. If you make a gore image or a nudie image, why would they be against nudie images when the internet is full of that? Even Google shows these images. Nobody has a problem with that, right? So that's also nonsense again, that it doesn't work like that. There was another argument I wanted to talk about. I forgot about that right now. Something else, something. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, and I don't see a reason why companies have to play our moral advisor if we are adults and we have been given the rights by our government that we elected democratically, because at that point the company sets itself in front of the government. It acts as the government towards you. You become kind of a forced citizen under their dictator that you did not elect, and that is a problem when a government steps in between you and your government, in between you and your freedom, and tells you what you can and can't do. I'm not saying I disagree or agree with their decisions in what they want to do. I'm just saying the step that they are doing is not something that I agree with, and I think they should find other solutions to that. Imagine, for example, Adobe would limit Photoshop and Premiere and After Effects, so you can only make videos with them that are nice, gore-free, sexual-free, have no violence or aggression in them. There would be no more movie industry. There would be no more photo industry. Everything would be gone because you just can't do an action movie. There would be no guns in there, no violence, no erotic scenes. What would you show in a movie at that point? Two people talking about, I don't know, their plants that they are growing in the backyard? What are you showing at that point, right? If everything is so cleaned up that you can't use a software that you pay for to create the artistic content that you envision. That's nonsense. Like where is Pulp Fiction without that kind of stuff, right? You couldn't do art without that freedom, right? And the company's telling you you can't have that freedom. No, they didn't. We didn't elect them, right? They have no rights to do that, right? If the government says that's not okay, that's a different thing, especially if it's an elected government. It's a non-elected government, I don't agree with that either, right? If they force themselves onto the people. But if the people themselves decided it, well, that's their decision, right? So that's, yeah, there's different reasons why to be skeptical of these decisions, right? It's good to have some limitations, like I don't know, racism, for example, shouldn't be allowed, stuff like that. But these are already things that are not allowed by the government. So it only should not be allowed when the government says no, not when the company says no, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the kind of thing. And this is also why I have to limit my stream and be careful about what I show, not because I'm against that, because I also look at images like that, because YouTube is against that. So if I show a nudie pic on my stream, then my stream is going to be banned, and maybe even my account is going to be banned. So it's not because of me, it's because I'm forced by a company. Yeah, that's just what it is. But at the same time, again, I'm forced to work with the company because this is where I can build my channel. There's not much choice out there. You can do YouTube and that's basically it, right? And the other companies also decided, by the way, the same kind of regulations. You can't do the same stuff on Twitch or on Facebook or on Instagram, which is also Facebook, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just like it is, right? So we should challenge these kind of ideas from company to play government and tell us as self-regulated adult beings what we can do and cannot do, right? Especially because we have that right. And we shouldn't give that right away. Okay, anyways. Let's talk about news again, right? So always think about what rights do you have? How can I preserve my rights that I have as a being, right? I'm not saying go out there and be crazy. I say do what legally is allowed and what you have elected in your country to be the legal thing to do, right? The legal norm to do. Anyways, there we go. I haven't looked at the chat. Pulp Fiction without all that would be, yeah, Lindenstrasse, right? It would be like a 2-minute video, right? Without all of the gangster stuff and the crimes and the drugs and all that kind of stuff. Pulp Fiction would be nothing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Just a part of reality people want to deny. Yeah, and then at the same time, they run to the cinemas and watch exactly that kind of thing, right? Yeah, anyways. This is why we should support open source. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like open source is a good solution. However, the other thing is that products provide a service that is a sustained service. How can I say it? The difference between an open source thing and a product that you pay for is with a product you have a contract and you have a service that you get. Wait, I'll go to the back screen, big screen again. 1 second, let's talk about that for a second. So open source is really good, but open source is a promise, it's not a guarantee. So stuff cannot work, right? Just like boom, it's broken and you just have to wait. Or maybe someone says, well, I make a cool open source project and then they just don't go on with it. They abandon the project and that's it, it's gone, right? So the difference between that and a service that you pay for is that you kind of can rely on the service you pay for because you have a legal contract with the company. They have to supply that service, right? And this is why you pay them for. And also, of course, convenience. You don't have to step through all of these hoops. And that is, of course, important for the reasons that if you want to use it in your daily life, especially if you're relying on that as someone who works with that to make your income, to earn the money to live and to support your family, it's not possible to be working with a tool that might be gone tomorrow because the person who made it in their hobby, in their free time, just said, well, I don't want it anymore, right? So you have to have something that you can rely on. And also you need to have some kind of industry standard so you know that other people use the same tools as you do, so that you can exchange the file formats, for example, so that you can work together is another important thing. So even though open source is great, a lot of open source is nice for when you use it privately, but often not so great when you use it in a shop, when you really rely on the product to be able to be used every day, right? Some of the open source projects are really good like that. Like Wikipedia is really good. Blender is really good. Things like that. VLC is really good. The video player, stuff like that. But there's also a ton, like there's thousands and thousands more projects that are not so great or abandoned at some point. And then yeah, you might be out of luck with your company. So a lot of people rather pay for something because they can rely on that. And also they don't have to check, is it legal? Does it work? Is it a virus? All these kind of things, right? So yeah, it's just convenience and stability, right? That makes a open source, like a paid product, easier than an open source product, right? But open source can be good. Linux is for servers, for example. Linux is also pretty good, right? Open source is more like the Wild West. Yeah, a little bit, right? If you want to take the risk, that's cool. If you want to live with that risk, but a lot of people just want to have a simple solution, right? So for a product, convenience is always key, right? It basically trumps everything else. But then on the same time, a bit of stability is also good, like the trust in the brand or off brand, right? Anyways, what else? What kind of other news do we have? Or should we talk more about that kind of topic? It's a pretty interesting topic though, right? So we can also do that. I've been using Linux for desktop. I think if you use Linux for desktop, you have to be good with computers. It might be a very nice system, but I don't think it's for the masses, right? And I don't think it will ever be for the masses unless it is created in the same way as Android is. And again, Android is basically created by a company, right? It's an adaptation of Linux, but in a very nice way that is usable, so people don't have to go into some kind of code lines and stuff like that. And this is why it works. And it's stable, right? And Linux is not. It's none of that. Linux is super complicated. And you can wreck your system, but just by pressing 2 wrong buttons, your system might be completely wrecked, and you take days to fix it. There's another here that also says non-refiner needed. I don't know what the difference is between these two. They have a different link. Oh, here, this is a baked VAE. Oh, this is the 5.2 version, and this is the 7.3 version. Okay, this is why there's two different things. I see. Okay, cool. So that's pretty good. +1 for Style Selector XL in Automatic 1111. Is that already a thing, or is that like something you wish for? Latest version of Ubuntu is pretty user-friendly. No, no. No Linux version is really user-friendly. It's just not a thing. You can tell me whatever you want, but it's just not a thing. It always sounds user-friendly to people who know how it's is supposed to be used, but nah. There is no, like, it's just not... It would be nice. It would be nice if I don't know why they take forever to like make it nice, but if they ever come to a point where it's as good as Blender, that would be nice, because Blender is really, really, really good as a software, and because of that became an industry standard. But Linux is just, yeah, it's kind of a mess. I think it's maybe also a mess because of their kind of legacy policies and these kind of things. If they would abandon a little bit of that and make it just like a better OS instead of a more compatible OS, that might be more useful, right? I think. Yeah, anyways. I don't know what style selector is, to be honest. This repository contains automatic 11 extension, allows users to select and apply different styles to their inputs. Oh, okay, style selector. I know, okay. So this is the kind of styles you can save over here, this kind of thing. This is now also for SDXL. Why do you need an extra tool for SDXL though? Because it's just like a prompt and a negative prompt, so it's not like limited to 1.5 models. Or is there something else to this that I'm not understanding right now? What is this about? The style is the positive negative prompt or something else? Stream Deck Linux version is decent. Yeah, it's probably developed by the Steam guys, right? It's a company version of the Linux, right? It's not developed by the community without guidance as an open source project, right? It's a positive negative prompt combo. And why do I need an extension for that? I don't understand. This is exactly what styles does. This is exactly what this does. And even if I load here an SDXL model, it still works. I don't know where I have one, but there, XL. Takes a little bit to load. Oh, this is, by the way, my second computer. I don't even have all of the models on here. I'm kind of confused that I have Epic Realism on here. Why do I have Epic Realism on here? Oh, I'm idiot. Yeah, I'm streaming on the second computer. I'm rendering on the first computer. I was confused for a second. So I can just like select all of my prompts in here, right? Yes. So I just go in here, realistic vision, which is not right for SDXL, but never mind. And boom, it's loaded. So why do I need something for SDXL? If it's just like a normal style? I'm kind of confused at the moment. Gives you specific looks. It adds prompts and gives you specific looks. But what does that mean? Like a LoRa? I don't think it works like a LoRa, right? It complements your prompt. So does it look at the prompt and then add things to the prompt? Is that what's happening here? It's improving? I think someone showed me that at the stage event for ComfUI, where this is you select an artist and then is it working like that, where you select an artist and then it adds style words that make that image look like that artist? Like you say you want to have Ghibli anime, and then it just adds a couple of words that help you create this Ghibli anime style. Is that what it does? It just adds words, nothing else. Ah, at the start and the end of the prompt. So that's what that is. Okay. Not connected to artists at all. Yeah, or styles or anything like that, right? You want to create something, let's say movie noir look, and it just adds the keywords that would create this kind of movie noir look. Is that what it is? Adds around 70 ready to use styles that adds positive and negative additional. Interesting. So some people say yes, some people say no. Can I just maybe I can just install it here. Let's see. Extensions, install from URL. Let's see if that works. Maybe we can test it right now. Oh, installed. Look at that. Cool. Apply. No. Press the wrong button. Give me a second. Sip of the good old water. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, just install it. That's a good. Thank you very much, Matt. That's a good idea. I pressed the button too early though, so I have to check for updates now. Although, I mean, it's freshly installed, so I guess we can kind of skip that. Let's still check for updates. Let's just go through it again. See anything in the prompt areas? You don't see anything in the prompt areas? Is that a good idea to not have it in the prompt area? I'm kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of extensions that do something in the background that's not part of the prompt or somewhere else where it's saved. Some of them do that, like for example, the seed variation doesn't tell you the seed that it's creating from the variation, if there is even a seed that's created from that. And then also, I think the one button prompt or something else, no, not the one button prompt, some kind of other extension, it adds a prompt. No, maybe it is the one button prompt. I can't remember. It adds something to the prompt, and when you create multiple images, like a batch of 8 images, this is not part of the information saved in the PNG, and that's kind of like annoying. I think it does not save the negative prompt, if I remember correctly. Not quite sure. No, wait a second. I can remember. It saves only the negative prompt that you have put into the one button prompt extension, but not the one that you have put into the negative prompt field. And so if you don't know that, you suddenly don't have the negative prompt anymore. That's a little bit annoying. This has already reloaded. 1 second. Okay. So this should be here. I don't know where it is, but it should be here. There it is, style selector. Okay, cool. And how do I... Oh my god. Enable style selector, generate all styles in order. All styles in order? Let me see. We have high-res fix off, beautiful woman, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's have it in all styles. I hope it's gonna save this in a grid overview. Let's just do one first. Let's say 3D model. Oh, it has to be SCXL, right? Let's try this. Let's try this for a second. It's the wrong resolution. I already know that's the wrong resolution. Let's see what we get from it. Yes, okay, that's wrong. So, man, I haven't used it in so long. I don't even know what the resolution is we need to use. 1 second. No. Ah, the VAE is wrong. Okay. We have to do some error detection here. 1 second. Yeah, that's better. It's not refined though. Refiner model. Prune. Refiner, there we go. Just a second. Okay. But this doesn't look like 3D, to be honest. Let's use analog film next. So this is what we had just now. Is this one? Pretty good. Very nice. Ah, yes, it does do analog film now. Okay, cool. 1 second. Maybe it does look a little bit 3D. And this is the analog film version. It has an extra hand here, but never mind that. Wait, let me try this without the refiner once more. So we get a good seed. Unless we use the seed from before, we could also do that. Oh, this one looks good. Okay, cool. Let me finish real quick. That's okay, good. All right, so let's turn on the refiner. and then we say base, and then we say general all styles in order. So let's see what this does. Might take a while. Or should we do it without the refiner? But it's nicer with the refiner, right? This might take a while. Also kind of curious if it works at all. Clear a negative prompt and just use one word. Beat it out. Oh, it just created one image though. Okay, let's do this again. Too many prompts? Okay. I will remove this, and I will remove this, and then we see what's going on. So let's try this again. And you can always only see, like, okay, this already looks different. Very nice, beautiful. Okay. I have to turn it off. Relax, my friends. So this is all without the refiner. Oh no, it is with the refiner. But if I have generate all styles in order, why don't I get multiple images? To generate your prompt in all variable styles, it's better to set a batch count of 77. Holy moly. Style count is 77. Let's make 10. Otherwise we sit here till the end of next week. Let's see. Base is no additional words. Yeah, right. But it's just like okay, it looks like this is rendering more now. I mean, it should, because I set it to 10, but I hope it doesn't use like the same thing 10 times. There we go. Might take a while. No, the batch count is 1. No, the batch count is 10. Batch size is 1. Is that okay or not? Does it have to be the batch count or the batch size? No, it says batch count here. Batch count to 77. Oh, there we have another style. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let me go in here so we find the output. Output, text to image. This should be the right one. Yes. Okay, cool. So this is, I think this is the first one. And now we have the second one here. I thought the second one was supposed to be analog film, right? This is more like a little bit like anime style or something like that. But to be honest, I would rather use a model that's trained on anime style. Is that useful anyway? There we have the analog film, so that is pretty nice, I have to say. This is good. It looks actually like analog. This is the kind of like not so great anime kind of style. And this is the one we had before. This might be the base style of the model. Not quite sure about that. Ah, there we have the next one with the comic style. Yeah, it's kind of useful. The results could be better, like the face is not great here, as you can see, but maybe I have to experiment with more with that on how it creates the images. Again, you see it on the side because my monitor is wider than what you see. I could probably move it around. I need to adjust that so I can move it around. This is the next one. It's more like a claymation kind of image. Interesting. It does, though. It does the different styles. And that's all with the same SDXL model. So I think for that reason, it might be nice that you don't have to load and unload the models. You can just use the same model and create in different styles. I guess for that purpose, it might be nice. Interesting. Yeah, it does some pretty cool stuff. All of them, by the way, all of them are created with the same seed. Sorry that it's always on the side, but I think you can see like basically all of the image, so it shouldn't be a problem. Right. Okay, cool. Is this everything? It might be everything already. Let me see. Yeah, it's finished. Okay, cool. So here's a big overview of everything. That was interesting. That was interesting. Look at that. Okay, so that might also be interesting for a video. Has this been out for long, or is it like a newer development? I think it has been around for a while, but it still might be interesting for a video. Let me copy that information over here, so I have a note about that, and then also check the chat. There we go, my friends. Okay, her shoes are mismatched. Really? Oh yeah, one has a different high heel. Interesting. Yeah, you have a good eye. Pretty good. Is it possible to just adding your own prompts? This is what I just wanted to ask. Can you add your own styles to that? Like when you figure out how to write that, can you do that? Art style expansions for style selector. If you want to have some specific style or that you have figured out, is that kind of possible to do it? And what is this based on? This is the other question. Like, how does it actually work? Is it just with keywords to the prompt? Or we can actually go in here. 1 second, let me check this real quick. I have to go here big for a second just to find the right folder. This is wrong. 1 second, I'm almost there. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. Okay, so here we can see, it's using a lot of style words. So here we have this image from before. And the prompt now says, ethereal fantasy concept art of beautiful French 20-year-old woman wearing a tank top and blue jeans, wearing in a neon light, standing in a neon light alley, magnificent, celestial, ethereal, painterly, epic, majestic, magical fantasy art, cover art, dreamy, negative prompt, photographic, realistic, realism, 35mm film, DSLR, cropped frame, text, deformed, glitch, noise, noisy, off-center, deformed, cross-eyed, closed eyes, bad animation, ugly, disfigured, sloppy duplicate, mutated, black and white. But to be honest, this is just like a normal style. So why do I need this as an extension? Why couldn't this be just something I import here as my styles on the list over here? Wouldn't that make more sense? I mean, the one thing that is useful here is that it is applied to your prompt, and you don't have to change the prompt. So this area here stays a little bit cleaner, but it basically does the same thing as styles, but as an extra extension. So, not quite sure if this is super necessary to do it as an extra extension, because it clutters the interface up a little bit more, and also the extension needs probably a little bit more of your RAM or something. And having so many extensions in here makes the starting of a automatic 11.11 also slower at the same time, right? Can it overload the prompt if you use own prompts in combination? Probably, yes. So it might be that with this extension, I suppose that you have to use shorter prompts, because otherwise you just like have a super long prompt at some point, maybe. Did NightVision? I didn't start downloading it because I had the fear that it might slow down my stream and make it lag. But I will make a video about that. I will check it out and make a video about that if it's good. So yeah, that might be interesting. What else should I look into? Styles, SD styles JSON. Oh, and then you can open that up and look into there what it's writing. That might be interesting. You might even be able to ask ChatGPT to write something with that, right? Can we look into that? 1 second. Extensions. There we have the style selector. There we have the style JSON. Open with. Hello? Oh, just open it with the editor. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we have here all these kind of styles. And it starts like this. So let me try this real quick. I want to see how that works. We're gonna go to ChatGPT. 1 second, let me go here to the big screen real quick. One moment, give me a moment. I just need to prepare this real quick. This is the only thing we need to do here at the end. Write me a file in this. All the prompts. Oh, I can change again. Make all the prompts about different movie styles. Let's see if that works. Ah, there we go. So this is the base format here, name, prompt, and then the negative prompt. Cinematic. Oh no, it's just it's doing the same thing. Okay, let me try that again. About different painting styles. Don't use emojis. Okay, let's try that. Regenerate. No, it doesn't do that. Someone showed me that this works, but it doesn't work right now. Oh, Impressionism. There we go. Impressionism. Surrealism, Abstract Expressionism, Renaissance. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And this is the prompt? Yeah, I think it worked. Okay, let me copy this over. And then we're gonna make here a new text, and I'm not gonna save this right now as let me take this one, Impressionism, and I will just like copy this over by hand. I could save it as a JSON file right now and then reload it. Should we try that maybe? Let's try that, to be honest. Let me go in here. We're gonna rename this as alt, and then we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna use this as the file name, and we're gonna save this. How do you save that? Ah, there we go. Okay, one moment. We're gonna save this into here and into there, and then we're going to use this as the file name. Yes, we have a new JSON file. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna reload that. Wait, let me copy this over. Nope. Okay. Extension, apply and restart. Guess we have to reload the UI first. 1 second. I'm so like so curious to see if this works. I can add a new file. Okay, interesting. Man, the restart takes forever. Yeah, baby, there we go. Impressionism, Surrealism, Abstract, and Renaissance. Okay, it reloaded the old thing again. Sorry for that. 1 second. We have to remove all of that. Okay, and now And now we're going to try it with Impressionism. Let's see if that works or not. We have to turn on the refiner. I don't even know what the best thing for this method here is, but let's go with like the, let's try this one. Okay, let's see. Let's go here with maybe 25 steps or something. Okay, let's see what we get from this. In ComfUI it works. Okay, that's cool. Ah, there we go. It's not Impressionism, but it's kind of like you have a painterly style in the background. So, kind of. Okay, let's try Surrealism next. Wait, this is the thing we just created. Let's try the other one. It might be that the model doesn't really know what to do with it. And that we have to adapt the style, but it does create different styles. Oh, we don't have the refiner checkpoint loaded. 1 second. Refiner. Try this again. Batch count 4 and see all the styles. Yes, yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm doing it by hand right now. I'm pretty sure it's using the style words. Let me see. Yeah, the style words are in here. It's just not picking up on that. Abstract expressionism. So I guess you just have to figure out the words better on what it's doing. Crystal Clear XL with the SDXL styler. Is it working better with that? This is better. Look at that. That's nicer. It actually looks like a painting. This was abstract expressionism. So not really abstract expressionism, but it's kind of like, it's like a painterly style. And now we also have Renaissance. This might work the best, because it's just like Renaissance is more close to a photorealistic model. We can open this up in an extra tab. Ooh. Choose a prompt like a woman sitting. Really? Is that better? Okay, let's do a woman sitting. If you think that works better, let's try that. Hope she's nude. Doesn't do anything right now. Oh, there we go. Ah. Remove neon light. Okay, that might be it. Right. Yeah. That's more Renaissance style, I would say. Interesting. It's a sculpture though. So let's try abstract expressionism again. Hi Furious, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, ChatGPT has to, like, I have to give it more information, but it works a lot better now. You're right. Like, you have to give a very simple, prompt. I guess if we write here, painting of a woman sitting, it might be even better. Let's see. So this is what we have right now. It's a little bit blurry for some reason. But it's interesting that you can do that. So that's already a very nice addition. And the user, I think his name is Gecker or something like that. I'm not quite sure. He showed me that he can use that for different elements in the image. So, like, for example, you can make a list of all kinds of different styles of vases or stuff like that, right? And then you have a list, a pop-down list that you can use, which can help you with ideas. So you can just like click together a prompt out of these different kind of things, something like that. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. The resolution is wrong. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. Yes, the resolution is wrong, you're right. Man, this is why, for some reason, my automatic 1111 saves the last settings, like from a month or months ago. I don't know why, and I always get these settings no matter what. But it's kind of like, it looks like this kind of abstract painting. Let's go here to Surrealism next and see what we get. So that's actually an interesting thing to play around with. And I will add as a note that I will also do the ChatGPT thing. ChatGPT build styles to add that to the tutorial. That might be interesting. Yeah, look at that. Now we have an actual surrealist painting of a sitting woman. So that's pretty nice. That is actually very, very cool. And this is done with ChatGPT as a style inside of the style selector. It's not like 100% like correct or anything, but it's a good start. So that is very, very impressive. Now we also have Impressionism. Let's try that. Now I've got it working. Yeah, thank you very much. That was good. That was very good advice. That was very good advice. I will also note that down. Very short prompt and no negative prompt so that we get it better to work. And here we have, wow, this is a nice painting, Impressionism painting, which also, this actually looks more like an impressionistic painting. Beautiful. That's very nice, like a woman sitting at a river painting herself. That's actually a very nice artwork, to be honest. I really like that. Pretty cool. The more specific your normal prompt is, the more it works against the styles like Surrealism and Expressionism. You need to describe the prompt in a Surrealism style as well. Ah, interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so you could make a longer list, of course, like here. I could, for example, we could repeat this, and I say I want to have, for example, about 15 different painting styles, right? Because it was a short list now, but when I say I want to have 15, I'm pretty sure that this can also be done. It's not doing it right now. Oh, there it starts with Impressionism. Abstract Expressionism, Surrealism, Pop Art, Pointillism, Baroque, Street Art, Realism, Watercolor, Digital Art. Very nice. Look at that. It made a long list for us. And this is, by the way, this is one of the best ways with AI to do things for you that are cumbersome. You don't want to do them, and AI just extends for you the process of, you know, what you want to do creatively, artistically, and then AI just does the chore for you, right? So that's actually a very interesting example of like not only listing these styles, but also coming up with the style words that describe these kind of styles. So that's pretty interesting. And of course, you might need to refine them, but a lot of the work has already been done for you. So that's very, very nice. Yeah. Pretty cool. Okay, that looks like a very nice video. So what else are we going to talk about here? Do we have anything else you want me to show today? Art style expansions for style selector is already a thing. Okay. Yeah, but you can do other things, right? You can do other there we go. Oh wow, there's a lot of art styles in here. Yeah. But you can like just finalize, like do it in the way you want it to be, right? Okay, awesome. Are there other AI news that we want to look into today, or Foocus MRE? What is that, Foocus MRE? Is that another model? Foocus MRE is an image generation software based on Gradio, an enhanced variation of original Foocus dedicated for a bit more advanced users. Foocus MRE is a rethink of Stable Diffusion and Midjourney's design. Learned from Stable Diffusion, the software is offline, open source and free. It provides high quality output with default settings, allowing users to focus on the prompts and images. More advanced users would like to have some control over image generation process. Foocus has included and automated lots of inner optimizations and quality improvements. Users can forget all those difficult technical parameters and just enjoy the interaction between human and computer to explore new mediums and of thought and expanding the imaginative powers of the human species. Blah blah. Okay, simplified installation. Between pressing download and generating the first image, the number of needed mouse clicks is strictly limited to less than 3. Oh, okay. Minimal GPU memory requirements of 4 GB NVIDIA. Develop many focus on. So this is a UI that is simplified. You can choose in the performance between speed and quality. You have a resolution pop-down menu, which I really like because setting them by hand, especially if you always use kind of the same ratios, is kind of cumbersome. You can select image styles from a pop-down list, apparently. Image number. Yeah, so this has kind of like simplified input to just give you more time to think about, like experiment with the prompt rather than being too focused on all the other kind of tools. Interesting. I don't necessarily think this is the way AI is going, as if you want to create specific things, but for experimentation this might be nice, or for let's say more casual users who just want to have fun with AI and experiment with the prompt rather than arriving at very specific results. So for that reason, it could be actually pretty nice, right? I also like that the preview is pretty big here. You don't have to go to like click it to make it bigger and then click again to make it smaller. It now also has control net. Interesting. Right. Yeah, but that's also the crux. Like the more features you want to use, the more complex it's getting. You can choose advanced features. Oh, okay. So you can also like turn on there's more tabs up here. Oh no, this is for the models and the sampling and such. So you can do some more settings up here too. Interesting. I will check that out too. Do you think that's kind of, is that something you are interested in, or is it just like where you think, well, I already have automatic 1111, what's actually the benefit, right? Not quite sure about this one, because it might clean up the interface a little bit, but if you're already used to automatic 1111, why would you switch? There's advanced on the bottom, but it is already hooked here, so I don't see. Maybe there is more when we would be able to look lower than this, right? Doesn't show it in this image though. There's some information about the GPU and memory usage. There we go. 9.3 gigabytes in this case. And there's only 4.5 in that case from a GPU with 6 gigabytes, so it also renders there. Yeah, pretty nice with the 3060 here. Okay. Close this. There we go. That's also a Colab, Google Colab. All right, I'll check that out. I start with automatic 1111, but now I use 95% ComfUI. Yeah, I also think I think there is this kind of, there's gonna be this kind of split. 1 second. I will save, it didn't save the link again. 1 second. Nope, didn't. No, okay, now it works. So I think there's gonna be this kind of split, as always, of course, between people who want to use it for fun and people who want to use it for work. And if you want to use it for work, you need a lot of control and want to be very specific and have very specific demands, requirements, technically, for your work process, for your workflow. And then for the hobby area, for the hobbyist area, it's very simplified and reduced in functionality, and also there's a lot of stuff happening in the background that makes the images look better for you as a result, but you don't have to interact much with the UI, with the AI, because it's more for fun rather than for creating something very specific and following some very specific norms like you would do in a work process, right? And you can see that with a lot of technology. Like, for example, if you think about cameras, like a professional, let's say film camera, professional film camera, very expensive, very complex. You need multiple people just to operate one camera, because it doesn't have autofocus and the other settings you have to do. So you actually need like several people to operate the camera. While of course, when you film by yourself, you have your phone, and the phone is doing a dozen things at the same time for you, not just with the adjustment of the aperture and the light and the focus and stuff like that, but then also uses AI to improve the image in multiple ways while you film or while you take a photo. So you don't even have to know about all these kind of rules and things, how the light should be, how to get like a nice exposure, all these kind of things. You don't need to know about that, because like, for example, if you take a photo with your smartphone, it does multiple exposures at the same time and then improves the image in between with a lot of different techniques, and it improves different elements of the photos in different ways. Like, for example, the face is treated in a different way than the background is treated and stuff like that, so the image looks as professional as possible without you having to know all of that very complex knowledge that actually goes into taking a nice photo, right? So there would be like years of learning to get the thing that you do with one button click on the phone, because the technology does all of the process. It's really interesting that it's so deeply integrated in the tools that we use today that we don't even realize anymore that photography is actually really complex even today with really good cameras. If all of that is manual and you have to set it by hand, it's a really complex and difficult process where you need a lot of experience and training. But we don't know about that anymore because the cameras are so autonomous in the way that they work that we only press the button on random for a snapshot and still get something that looks like a professional picture. And I think the same is going to be true with all of these kind of AI things. And I've actually listened to a podcast today where they did a scientific test in a work environment. I think it was for a marketing company. And they said that on average, the average worker has a better output by between 30 to 80% when they use AI in their everyday work process to make decisions and help them create the product, and that the worst people in the team who are not so good at their job could get really close in the quality of their output to the best people in the team, because AI would close the gap to them by filling in all of the things they don't know. So that's actually a very, very impressive application of how AI can support you in your everyday life. And another interesting thing that I actually didn't know about is that they said that in the Industrial Revolution, the use of steam engines to drive the machines improved the efficiency of work. I can't quite believe that, but they said improve the efficiency of the work process by 25%, which might be true because these have been old machines and not very efficient, not what we have today. So it might only have improved it a bit, but still very good. But AI has improved, but way, way, way more than just these 25% that the steam engine has done. So, and you can see what the Industrial Revolution has done to completely turn around the process of production and all the things that everyday life that we have, that we consume, that we use, compared to the day back in the day. And I find also an interesting element of that is today we are so used to industrially created products that we don't even know anymore what a product looks like that has been created by hand, right? Because when you go to someone who is an average quality creator of, let's say, glasses, right? These kind of drinking glasses, they're not going to look good. They're not perfect. They have all kinds of imperfections. And then, of course, the guy in the store tells you, yeah, but it's handmade. So this is actually a benefit, that it's not like it's uneven and a little bit like shitty, but that's kind of the artisan thing, right? When in reality, yeah, of course, that's true. It's not good because it's made by a human by hand, but we are so used by the exact perfection down to the like 1/10 of a millimeter of the measurements of these things that we expect when we have a product in our hand, even if it's a shitty IKEA glass, that it is perfectly made, right? It's crazy. Like, we are absolutely used to this kind of product, which all of that is made by a machine, right? So the kind of quality that we're going to have in the future in all kinds of areas, because people are getting better and better at integrating AI into the products that we consume, not just entertainment, but everything around us, is going to be exponentially increasing the quality of every part of life. And that's really, really interesting. Like, for example, don't just think about art and creativity. Think about, for example, if you go to the doctor. What is usually happening, right? What is usually happening? You go to the doctor, especially if you're over 40 years old. If you're over 40 years old, or even over 35, you will realize the doctor doesn't care anymore about what you have. You go to the doctor, like I go to the doctor and say, hey, I don't see so good anymore. They say, yeah, well, that's just what happens. They don't look at it. They don't analyze it. They don't test anything. They just say, well, that's what it is. I don't care. Here are some eye drops. Go home, right? So the interesting thing is, and this is why I have these glasses here, I kind of see good, but I kind of also, like, I'm sit so much in front of the computer that I'm like, I need to go out more. Anyways, the point is, AI is so much better at understanding what you actually have and making suggestions to solutions, so that then a doctor, that this will improve the health of everybody, because you can just ask the AI, like, for example, if you get a blood test back from the laboratory or stuff like that, just enter the results in ChatGPT and say, analyze that for me, tell me what I have. And it will give you suggestions and a list that is better than what anything you get from a doctor, because it also explains to you what every of these details mean and what the implications of these details can be. And then you can go to the doctor and talk to the doctor about these kind of things, because now you also understand what's going on. So that's a huge improvement. But what have we talked about anyways? What was the thing we looked at? Oh, the improvement of the UI. We went from the UI of from this thing to blood tests and the Industrial Revolution. So there we go. I love handmade clay mugs. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but we are just not used to that anymore, right? To these kind of like handmade products, right? Unless you pay incredible amounts of money for a handmade product, and then it's really, really good. You get something that's kind of good. But not as good as an industrial product. Anyways, that was a very like intense monologue. Is there anything else we want to look at here? A fun way, yeah, for the rabbit hole. I mean, that's what the live stream is about, right? Going into the rabbit hole. I still need this kind of like sticker. Maybe someone can make it for me, like something I pop on the screen for Ollie rants and Ollie's I don't know, philosophy corner. I have to make some overlays for that. Maybe some backgrounds. I could do some backgrounds. Wait a second. We could do that with let's go here to no people. Let's see what Midjourney is doing as a background. I can do this next time. 1 second. 1 second. Pika Labs. The new features of Pika Labs. I have to look into that too. Yes, we can check out the announcements actually. If I find the Pika Labs server, man, I'm in so many servers. What does the icon look like from Pika Labs? Leonardo AI. I wanted to make a movie about that too. Video, not a movie. Is it up here maybe? No. Full journey. Pika. There's Pika. Oh, there we have the. Hey, I can use this. Yeah, next time for the philosophical talks, we can go with something like this. Maybe a more modern version of a philosophy room, right? But that might be that might be a fun background, right? Let's try this again. 1 second. Okay, Pika. What are the announcements? Well, let's see. Recent updates. There we go. What are the recent updates? Oh yeah, they made the camera zoom, but that has been quite a while back. I didn't actually make a video about that. Yeah, you can zoom in and out. You can pan up, down, left, and right. Camera panning, rotate clockwise, counterclockwise. But these are old news. So what are other updates they did? What are the new features from Pika Labs? Announcements. Ah, there we go. Text to encrypt message prompt. For the video theme. Encrypt the text message into your video. New slash command. The command lets you encrypt the image. Okay, no. Recently I saw a picture created with SDXL which shows a futuristic toilet labeled Midjourney. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Those are nice. Yeah, I'm gonna use this as my background next time. This is also nice. The philosophers, my philosopher room. This is a great one. Wow. All these kind of classic rooms. This one is also nice. Wow. Okay. I could even like, I could build myself here sitting on that chair, right? Just like, yeah, I could actually cut out myself and put me in here. That would be nice. Of course, I'm a little bit small in the video, but it's a little bit like Dr. Disrespect, like these small figures where he's sitting in the car and stuff like that. I can also do that. Okay, awesome. Pika Labs questions. So you can do text. How do I do text in an image? New command: animate FPS, delete. Generate. How do I use this again? Create. Okay. Woman. It's boring, but, well, let's see. Okay. Could zoom in and out. Study philosophy, but then I thought, why? That's a good point, yeah. You have to think about if you really want to study philosophy. Because it's nice, but at the other hand, it makes you overanalyze everyday life. So you might lose some enjoyment of your life with philosophy. Because philosophy makes everything like kind of relative, right? So it's easier to question things and harder to take things serious with when you study philosophy. When you buy too much into that idea, because of course it's the main job of philosophy is to question everything and deconstruct everything. So if you do that too much, everything becomes just like a a thought, a concept, an idea. It's not a real thing anymore, and that might take away some enjoyment. Ah, there we have it. A woman holding a shield saying hello. Doesn't really say hello though. Didn't work. It didn't 100% work. But it's pretty close. It's pretty nice. Maybe I need to like, well, we probably, let's re-roll that. But it's pretty cool. Like Pika Labs, I feel like Pika Labs is doing really good work with the video stuff they create. Okay, that's not great. Oh, there we have cheeses. Cheeses and the lamb. Oh, okay, cool. A little bit animated. Nice, okay. Guy screaming. It's the question, where's my image now? And it's free. This is the other thing that's really good about that. It is free. So you can do as many as you want. Hello, what do we have here? Oh, they're even kissing. Wow, they're all kissing. Whoa. I don't know where my images be. If they are, oh, there it is. Oh, now it says hello. Look at that. Now it says hello. Not great, but it's a good start. It does have text, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. You didn't use the command encrypt text. Oh, I have to use the encrypt text. Oh, wait a second. I thought what that means is wait. Encrypt text? Oh. Let's try this again. I thought encrypt means that it saves it in the metadata. That's what I thought encryption means, right? I didn't think it would actually like put it as text into the video. Be patient. Prompt holding a woman with this text message hello. Font modern. Ah. Okay, so we have to wait a little bit. Also, by the way, we are almost at 2 hours. Let me note down that I'm going to create these different rooms for my chat. OBS rooms for philosophy and then ranting. And what else? Therapy hour. Okay, I'm gonna create these scenes. Okay, this is still working here. Takes a little bit. FreeUI major image improvement. Interesting. Yeah, I will check that out. We already talked about that. Oh, there we go. Well, okay. Oh, I said shield instead of sign, right? Let's try this again. Message, let's start like this. Your own image into the video. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you can also encrypt the video. I will experiment with that. That sounds really interesting. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then it's time to end the stream because it's already like 2 hours long. Let's just wait for this to finish here. I hope it doesn't take too long. Ah, interesting. A rope? Can you do how to install rope neurogen? I have to even check out what that is, rope neurogen. I will note that down. We can check that out in the meantime, like while this is rendering. Oh, there we go. Just maybe check it out here. Oh, it's in Russian. For reinstall. Oh, it's a swapper, face swapping software. I see. So it tracks the faces and then it swaps them out. Is that what it does? So you have a face, can replace the face to another person. Some advertisement. You can check this here in the meantime. Where did my thing go? There we go. Nope, didn't work. It has it. Oh, this is the encryption thing. Is this kind of QR code thing? It's not on the sign. It's in the background. That's the thing that this is about. Okay. Not as interesting as I thought, but I will experiment with that more. I'll check that out more. Okay. Check the video here. Got this girl here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay, and so it's kind of like doing this kind of deep fake thing over the face. Ah, okay. Good. On its own software also. Interesting. I'm gonna check that out for sure. It sounds kind of interesting. So let's put this in here. That's very nice. Okay, awesome. Right. All right, let me go to the big screen. There we go. So, whoop, that's the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. And that was some pretty nice stuff. I think we looked at a lot of different things today and tried them. So really cool. I was so happy that the ChatGPT thing with the style selector work, that you can actually create tons of lists automatically. You might have to like refine them a little bit afterwards, but a lot of the work is already done for you, and the other news also have been pretty interesting, right? Very nice tools. I have to figure out more about the encryption, how that is meant, if it's the same thing as with the QR code that you just overlaid over the text, or if it's actually creating a text on a sign or things like that. To generate video without flickering using AnimateDiff. Yes, I have looked into AnimateDiff. I even made a video about that. I have to see if they updated and improved that, because when I tried it inside of Automatic 11.11, it didn't really work. It wasn't very stable. It worked as a standalone, but I couldn't install it. I think I had a problem with Anaconda, so I might try it again with as a standalone installation. Although I think people would enjoy it more if it works inside of Automatic 11.11, just to be more convenient, and so they don't have to set up everything again for the so and so much of like times, because yeah, they already did it way enough, all these kind of install things, right? Better version of AnimateDiff in Automatic 11. Okay, I will update that. I will check that out. That might be also an interesting video for the testing of the update and how stable that is. Anyways, my friends, thank you very much. It was really amazing to hang out with you again. Let me cue up the music here. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, thank you very much for hanging out with me, for suggesting all these kind of news things. Don't forget to join my Discord. Wait, before you go, I want to invite you to my Discord. 1 second. Where's my Discord? So you can check out my next stage event, live event, where you can hang out with me if you want to. That would be nice. I think we might already have, like, I don't even know, maybe 8,000 members or something like that. It might be more. Where do I see that? 2,000? It's only 2,000 members? Really? I thought it's going to be more. Well, at least it's a couple of thousand people. Maybe this with the 2,000 is just the people who are online right now. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, join that. I put it into the chat box. Check that out. Okay, and then see you next Wednesday at my live stage event, 8 p.m. CEST, and of course in my YouTube tutorials. And don't forget to like and share the YouTube tutorials, and maybe also put a like under this video so it's getting suggested to more people around you. Okay, thank you very much for that, and see you soon, my friends. Bye.